Hi, everybody. I think we are going live. I am using this new live function in Facebook for the first time. And yes, I think we are live now. It's new. I have not used this one before, so it took some time to set up, but I am here. Welcome to another episode of HSP TV, and today I'm going to talk to you about why learned tricks in marketing and sales are not working for you. If you are a solopreneur, a highly sensitive entrepreneur, an empathetic entrepreneur, or just in general an entrepreneur that feels that these tricks that you learned are not working for you. So if you have any questions during this episode, feel free to ask them to me. If you are watching this live, then I would love it if you could give me a hashtag live in the comments. And if you are watching this in the replay, I would love it if you could let me know that you've been here by giving me a hashtag replay in the comments if you're watching this in the replay. So today's topic is about why learned tricks in marketing and sales are not working for you as an entrepreneur. And I discovered this myself the hard way. And that is why I wanted to talk to you about it today, because I'm also seeing it with a lot of the people that come into my practice. And I think it's a topic worth talking about. So one of the first things that I see is that we try to compare ourselves to our colleague entrepreneurs, and these are often non-highly sensitive entrepreneurs. So the things that they are doing that seem to work really well for them might not work for you because you are a highly sensitive person and they are not. Also, you're not sure if they are working for you, working for them, because you can only see what they allow you to see and what they are currently sharing. So unless you have actually spoken to your colleague and know for sure that they are working for you, you are not even sure that they are working for them and not for you. So my first advice to you would be to reach out to them and to talk to them about the things that you see working for them and ask if that really is the case. And if they could explain it to you, if you are very interested in the way that they are working. But more often than not, the things that they are doing are not working for you because you are not using your superpowers. You are not using your talents. You are trying to copy a trick or do a learned trick without actually looking at who you are yourself and if it is something that is working for you. I'll give you some examples. So one of the things that I see happening is that people think they need to have a free giveaway that needs to go to a webinar, and that webinar then needs to lead to sales, and that needs to go to an online program or a course. Well, that sounds really great, such a funnel, because it's called a funnel. But if you are not a good writer and you have trouble writing something that is your free giveaway, then that could be your first hurdle. So maybe you're producing something that's not optimal, or that's not something that your target audience actually wants. So they are not inclined to download your free giveaway, thus they are not entering your funnel. But let's say that you did manage to create a free giveaway that people are very interested in. If it then leads to a webinar, but you are an introverted, highly sensitive entrepreneur who doesn't really like to show their face on camera, who has stage fright, who already has trouble posting pictures of themselves, has trouble doing non-live videos that they can edit afterwards, then doing a webinar, which is very live, like what I am doing here right now, is giving you stage fright and is not converting, even if you manage to do it, because people feel that you are not in your strength, you are not in the right energy, you're not in your power. So you need to really look at what your strengths are. And if you are not a video diva or a video king, then going from a free giveaway to either a live Facebook or a webinar in your funnel is not the thing for you. So that will also not make you convert, even though it might really work, or might work really well for some of your colleagues. So it starts with finding what you are really good at and then using that within your business. Another thing that we can use as our superpower is our ability for human connection. So that starts with your story. And there are many people out there that tell you that you need to write about yourself and that you need to have a good page. And there are also many different ways and tips and tricks about how to create an about page for yourself. But if you are a sensitive entrepreneur, or if you are an emphatic entrepreneur and you find that your about page is not converting or people are not resonating with you, then it's a good thing or a good practice to start looking at the story that you put out there. Because one of our greatest strengths, one of our biggest superpowers, is our ability to create that human connection with people on the other side of the camera, the screen, a reader, a viewer, it doesn't really matter. And it starts with your story. So if you write your story in a way that other people taught you because they say it converts, but it is not something that you feel comfortable writing, or you don't feel like it captures your essence or your soul, then you are not going to attract the people that you want to attract. Because that's also why I don't believe in competition. People choose you because they feel a connection with you. They choose you because you share your journey with them. They choose you because you share with them your ups, your downs, your struggles, your victories, and everything that makes you really relatable to them. So with your story, you have the most perfect opportunity to create that first genuine connection, that first human connection to the person on the other side, either reading it or listening to it if you have the guts to record it as a video. So that again is related to finding what you're good at. If you are a good writer, then use that as your skill. And if you are good on camera, then use that as your skill. But don't use whatever somebody teaches you or tries to make you do. If you feel in yourself, because that's your second superpower, if you feel intuitively that it's not meant for you, that it's not adhering to your strengths or what you are good at. Another thing that often happens in practice is that we give too much. We are both perfectionists, but also we are highly motivated when we are connected to our true calling and our true passion. So we want to do good, and we want to actually do perfect, and we want to reach as many people as possible. And that can lead to you being on social media, for instance, every day for multiple hours. But if that then drains you and doesn't give you energy, and also doesn't give you the clients that you desire, then being so active on social media is not working for you. I know that a business mentor of mine told me that I had to post on Instagram, for instance, 4 times a day. So I posted in the morning and with lunchtime and with dinner time and right before going to bed. And it was asking so much out of me, because every post needs to be perfect. Every text needs to be perfect. And also, if I did a video, it needed to be perfect, which meant sometimes rewriting the same texts over and over again, recreating posts until they were perfect, re-recording videos or stories that I wanted to share over and over again until they were perfect. And that was asking so much of me that I literally felt myself drain out, all my energy just drained away. And I found out that I don't have to post to Instagram 4 times a day, even though my business mentor told me. I'm now posting maybe once a day, or maybe once every 2-3 days. And I am now connecting with many more people, making genuine connections and feeling much better energy-wise than I did before then. So it starts with really getting to know yourself and your strengths and your abilities, and also knowing that you always give 200% of yourself. So if you know that that is the case, then it's perfectly fine to choose times when you are active on social media, and also to choose times, or maybe the biggest part of the day, that you're not active there. And if you feel that it's still draining you and it's not giving you the energy, then just outsource it. Hire somebody, hire a social media manager, hire someone who will coach you into being better if you still want to do it yourself. But try to find a way that suits your needs and that fits who you are and still gives you the results that you hope for. And that could be something completely different than your business coach or even a program that you followed is telling you. So I have this topic and I spoke about that topic. I also spoke about outsourcing what is not working for you. That also is about getting to know yourself really well, know your strengths, know your weaknesses, know what you are good at, know what you're not good at, what gives you energy, what takes energy, and the things that you feel you need to do within your company that are costing you too much energy. Just outsource them to somebody else or find an automated way of doing it, or find a completely different way that plays into your strengths that will give you the same sort of result. I know that I took a course about learning how to market my business better and how to do sales conversations. And what we learned in there was to write, for instance, a sales script. So I needed to get clear on what I did for my clients. I need to formulate questions and I need to put them in a certain order. And then I needed to practice with them so that I can ask these questions during a clarity call or an initial getting to know you call or discovery call, or however you want to call the first call that you have with a prospective new client. And what for me happened was that I was so focused on following the list, following the script, asking the right questions. And then when somebody asked me something or answered something that didn't fit into my script, I felt all these tension and this nervousness, and I felt like I wasn't good enough, I wasn't performing good enough, and it gave me a lot of stress. And of course the person on the other end of the conversation, they felt that. They felt I was not standing in my power, I was doing a trick, I was not using my ability for perfect human connection with them. And of course it didn't amount to a sale because I had not shown them what I could really do or who I really am, and thus they felt not connected, and they felt like they were at the wrong place and I was not the right person to help them. And I felt flabbergasted and I felt insecure, and I didn't know how to change it because I was doing everything that they taught me, and I was doing everything that I had learned, and I was following my script, and still my conversations were not converting as they name it, and I couldn't figure out why. And it wasn't until I talked to somebody about something completely unrelated that they were telling me that they were just having a human connection with someone and having a heart-to-heart talk, and were treating these discovery calls or clarity calls or breakthrough calls as just another coaching session with a client. That I felt like, oh, could that be it? And I thought, well, yes, I can try that. And then I just started to have this really good conversation with the person on the other end. I qualify my leads by asking questions in their application form, so I already know a little bit about them. And then I just start to have a real, honest, heart-to-heart people conversation. I just connect with them, I show interest in them, I ask them how they are, I ask them to tell me what's troubling them, and I just start having a conversation with them just as I would have with one of my coaching clients. And then the goal is not to sign them up. The goal for me in such conversations is to have just a really good conversation and get to know someone. And then maybe at the end of the call, we come to the conclusion that they want to work with me, which would be awesome. And then we start talking about how I could work with them, what I could do with them or for them. But it could also be that they were not the right fit for me. But I know so many other people who also help highly sensitive people, who also coach. Usually I can refer them to somebody else because, like I said in the beginning, I don't believe in competition. I believe people choose other people or coaches based on the connection that they feel with them. So if you're not connecting with me, then I might have a really good idea of other people that you could connect with, and I will give you their contact information and point them in their way. And I would also love it if they do the same for me, and usually they also do, because it's just it's a give, not a take in working together with people. And if you're intention is to genuinely want to help another person, then it doesn't matter if you help them or somebody else helps them. That's what I genuinely believe. So, um, yeah, be genuine, be real, be yourself. Don't do a trick, don't follow a script. Just have a heart-to-heart conversation, make a human connection, and have just this really good talk with this really interesting new person that you've never met before, and then just see where it goes. And that gives you so much more calmness, and you feel so much more relaxed, and you will have much more fun in your conversations with other people than you would have if you were not working in this manner. So be genuine, be real, and also not push yourself too hard. You know, we are perfectionists. So when it comes to, I already mentioned it a little bit, but when it comes to creating a blog article or a video or a post or whatever is the thing that you're good at, that you're using within your business to do marketing, learn that good is good enough. Not everything has to be perfect. If you're shooting a video, you don't have to re-record it 40 times because you said one thing wrong. As you can see in my lives, I made some mistakes in my conversation. Sometimes I don't have the right words. Sometimes I lose my train of thought. And you know, it's not a problem. Just be who you are and connect with people. And mistakes are part of what makes you human. So good is good enough. And even if it goes bad, well, then just make a joke about it, mention it in your call, and move on to your next topic. You know, it's not the end of the world. So we need to be more lenient towards ourselves and also towards the things that we are learning and trying. And there's nothing wrong with just trying something out that you've learned, but then also be honest enough to evaluate the end result and see if it is actually working for you, or if you need to push yourself to do it and feel bad about it, or have anxiety or stress about it because you know you have to go live at the end of the day. Because those are all signs that tell you that that is asking too much of you, that that is not where your strengths lie. I know this very introverted entrepreneur who calls herself a hermit even, and she never does even face-to-face calls or talks with her clients. She does calls through Zoom or through Skype, but only the audio, so you cannot even see her. And she is making multiple figures each month, and is very successful. So you don't have to be a camera personality. You don't have to be very extroverted to be very successful. Just find what you are good at and find a way to incorporate that into your company and use it as your strength. And I know that that can be challenging. It took me a while to find out what I am good at, what I really like to do, what is not working for me, and I needed to figure that out all by myself. So you don't have to. If you want someone to talk to, or someone to help you, or someone to show you how you can do marketing and sales in a way that gives you pleasure, that you would love doing your marketing activities instead of letting it be that dreadful thing that you have to drag yourself towards, then just go to my website www.hspcoachbarbara.com and book a free clarity call with me. See, I made a mistake and I just joke about it. It's calm and call, very confusing, but regardless of my mistake, book that call if you want to talk to me about it, because I would love to help you be genuine, be real, and use your gifts and your talents within your company to structure it in such a way that you effortlessly attract soul-aligned clients in a way that gives you joy instead of dragging you down. So I'm looking at my list. I made a list down here of the things that I wanted to talk to you guys about, and I've covered a lot of them already. Another thing that I would like to mention is that a lot of these tricks, if we are being really honest with ourselves, they actually do feel like they are fake. They feel like they don't come from within you. They don't come from a place of flow. They don't come from a place of inspiration. And the moment things start to feel in that way, then you know you should stop with them, because they are not getting you the results that you want. And it's okay to have to admit to yourself that even though you may have spent thousands of dollars, euros, or whatever currency you are spending in for a marketing course, and it's not working, yeah, then that's a big bummer. I understand. It sucks, but it shows strength to admit to yourself that it's not working and then to look for a different way that could work for you. In my online program that I am launching this September, I am actually having a couple of modules that go about attracting solo line clients to you, about using your superpowers to do your marketing and to do your sales conversations. And one of the last things that I want to say about that is you need to use your gifts within your company to be optimal, to be successful, and more importantly, to work in a way that gives you this kind of smile instead of making you drag your feet. And one of our greatest superpowers, besides human connection that I already mentioned, is also intuition. And intuition is something that you can effectively use within both your sales and in your marketing, because intuitively we hear what people are saying that they don't actually voice. We can read between the lines, and that gives you a huge benefit above non-highly sensitive people who do not have this superpower. And it also makes it so that you can ask questions based on the things that you can read between the lines, to be more effective and to help the people that you talk with more, and to give them that feeling like, oh man, she really knows what she's talking about, or he really gets me. This is the person that I need to be with. So that's how you can use it, for instance, in sales. But in marketing, you can also use your intuition. For instance, if you want to start learning how to price your offers in such a ways that you don't feel guilty about it, but that it feels good to you, using your intuition is a great tool to determine for what price you are going to sell your offers. And I would love to tell you more about this if you're interested. So again, book that clarity call with me, and I will share my tips with you on how to use it. And the third really big superpower that we have that we can use within marketing and sales is our empathy. We are so good at putting ourselves in the other person's shoes. So that means that you can also put yourself in the other shoes when it's about your message. You can put yourself in the other shoes, look at your message and see if it resonates with you, if you inspire yourself, because your message will inspire other people if it even inspires yourself. If you can put yourself in the other shoes and then use things that they experience, thoughts that they have, fears that they're thinking about, and you can use them in your messages, then that will speak to the people receiving your messages, speak to the people reading your blog, speak to the people that are watching your videos, or that are seeing your posts on Instagram, Facebook, or wherever you are posting. So learn about your gifts and use your gifts instead of the tricks that you learn that work for other people but not necessarily work for you. And there's no shame in admitting that it's not working, and it's also no shame in admitting that things might work differently for you, because you are just a different person than the person that you are comparing yourself to. So I hope that I was able to explain everything clearly to you. And what I want to ask you is, for all the superpowers that I mentioned in this episode, I would really, really love to know with which one you identify the most. Or if you don't identify, or identify with all of them, which superpower do you use the most? What is the one that you really actively use within your company? So that can be hashtag human connection, if you are really good at creating a genuine human connection with somebody, or hashtag intuition, if you are already trusting your intuition within your business and already using it within your business. Or it could be empathy, if you are really good at putting yourself in the other person's shoes and creating marketing messages or blogs that are actively being read or viewed by so many other people. I would really love to know. So if you could let me know by typing in either hashtag human connection, hashtag intuition, or hashtag empathy, then that would be great. It's now time to look if I have any questions from people during this video, and I see that I don't have any. So if you are watching this in the replay and you find that you still have questions, you can type them in the comment section as you are watching this video, and I promise to answer each and every one of them. And if you have other questions that you would like to talk to me about, or just topics that you would like to talk to me about, or maybe even if you just want to work with me or connect with me or whatever, just come to my website www.hspcoachbarbara.com and book a clarity call with me, because I love meeting new people and I love talking with people. And who knows, maybe you will have the tip of the century at the end of our conversation. That has happened multiple times before. So thank you for watching this episode, and thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your questions. And I hope to see you again for the next live. That will be at the same time next week. Thanks for now, and bye.